Welcome, beautiful souls. Hello, and welcome back to Whispers of the Soul. It's such an honor to have you here. Take a moment to pause and connect with your inner being. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to be present in this very moment. We're about to explore something extraordinary, an energy so powerful, so transformative, that it has the potential to change everything you know about love, connection, and your own soul's journey. Now, imagine yourself standing in a room full of people. The sounds of laughter, the hum of voices, the clinking of glasses, all of it swirls around you like a buzzing energy. In the middle of this chaotic dance of life, your gaze lands on someone, a stranger. You don't know them. And yet, in that very instant, you feel something stir deep within you. There's an undeniable pull, a gravitational force, something so magnetic that it causes everything else to fade away. Your breath catches in your chest, your heart begins to race, and time, for a brief moment, stands still. This isn't just an attraction. No, this is something far deeper, something ancient. It's as if your soul recognizes something in theirs, something that has been forgotten but is now remembered in an instant. It's the meeting of two souls that have known each other for lifetimes, yet the physical world has kept them apart until now. And in that moment, you try to speak. You want to say something, anything, to break the silence that's so thick you can almost feel it between you. But the words don't come. They're trapped somewhere deep within you, tangled with the intensity of the moment. You feel exposed, vulnerable, seen. And yet, the only thing you can do is stand there speechless. They too feel it. It's in their eyes. The shock, the recognition, the profound flood of emotions that they too can't quite process. And like you, they freeze. The connection is undeniable. Yet the communication remains silent. So, why does this happen? Why, when twin flames meet for the first time, do words escape them? Why is it that two souls, so deeply connected on a spiritual level, can't seem to communicate in those first moments of meeting? Let's take a breath, beautiful souls. Ground yourself in the present, because as we journey into the mystery of the twin flame connection, we are not merely exploring the silence between twin flames. We are uncovering the soul-level truths that are hidden beneath the surface. The twin flame connection. A sacred union. The twin flame connection is not like any ordinary bond between two people. It is the reunion of two souls that have been separated, sometimes for lifetimes, only to be brought back together. These souls share the same energetic blueprint, two halves of a greater whole. But when these two halves meet again, it's like the universe itself holds its breath. You see, the twin flame connection transcends ordinary relationships. It is the merging of two souls on a level that is beyond the reach of human understanding. It's not just about meeting someone you love. It's about meeting a part of yourself. It's not simply gazing into their eyes. It's gazing into the very reflection of your own soul. This is why the intensity of the twin flame connection can feel so overwhelming. It's not just about attraction. It's about recognition on a soul level. When twin flames come together, it can feel like the very essence of your being is laid bare. It's as though every hidden truth, every repressed emotion, every unhealed wound suddenly rises to the surface. And that can be terrifying. Most of us, throughout our lives, build emotional armor. We put up walls to protect our hearts from pain, rejection, and vulnerability. We learn to hide parts of ourselves from the world to guard our deepest truths. But when twin flames meet, all those walls come crashing down. The connection is so intense that it bypasses the ego and goes straight to the soul. And in that moment, everything you've tried to hide is exposed. And the fear that arises from that exposure can be overwhelming. But it's not just the recognition of your twin flame that is intense. It's also the recognition of your own truth. You see, when you meet your twin flame, you are meeting the most authentic version of yourself. You are meeting all the parts of you that you've tried to hide, reject, or deny. And that can feel like a shock to the system. It's like waking up from a long, deep slumber and suddenly being fully aware of all the truths you've avoided. This is why twin flames often feel both drawn to each other and yet terrified of what they might discover. Because the connection doesn't just awaken the love within you, it awakens all the hidden fears, unresolved wounds, and old patterns that you've carried with you. And that is why, at first, communication can feel impossible. The runner's perspective, the fear of emotional overload. Let's dive deeper into the runner's perspective. For many twin flames, one of them will play the role of the runner in the relationship. This is the person who feels overwhelmed by the intensity of the connection and retreats, often without explanation. Imagine living most of your life building walls around your heart. You've mastered the art of emotional self-protection. You've guarded yourself so tightly that no one can truly get in. You've convinced yourself that vulnerability equals weakness, that emotional exposure means pain. You've kept others at a distance, afraid of getting hurt. But then one day you meet your twin flame, and suddenly everything you've built to protect yourself shatters. Your twin flame sees through all of your defenses. They don't just see the version of you that you've carefully crafted. They see the real you, the vulnerable you, the messy you, the authentic you. And that is terrifying. For the runner, the intensity of the connection can feel like being struck by lightning. It's a jolt of energy that shakes them to their very core. The love, the recognition, the pull, it's all too much. It feels like an emotional flood that threatens to overwhelm them. And in that moment, their survival instincts kick in. They retreat, they freeze, they pull away from the connection. Not because they don't feel it, but because they're afraid of losing control. The fear of being overwhelmed by emotions, the fear of losing themselves in the depth of the connection, is what causes the runner to shut down. The very thing that they've spent their entire life trying to avoid, the deep, raw vulnerability, is now staring them in the face, and it's more than they feel they can handle. The chaser's perspective, the fear of rejection and misunderstanding. On the other side of the coin, we have the chaser. The chaser is the twin flame who feels the pull to connect, to express their love, to reach out and bridge the gap created by the runner's retreat. But for the chaser, the intensity of the connection feels just as overwhelming, though in a different way. For the chaser, the fear isn't about losing control over their emotions. It's about being misunderstood. It's about opening their heart so fully and completely, only to be rejected or misunderstood. The chaser longs for a soul-level connection, but they also fear that their twin flame won't respond in kind. They fear that the depth of their love will be too much for the runner, that it will drive them away. And so, the chaser struggles to articulate what they feel. The words get tangled. The emotions are too vast, too deep, to be contained in human language. How do you describe a love that spans across lifetimes? How do you communicate a connection that goes beyond earthly understanding? The chaser is not afraid of love. They are afraid that their love will be too much, too intense, too needy, too overwhelming. The fear of being seen. Vulnerability at its core. One of the greatest fears in the twin flame connection is the fear of being truly seen. When you look into the eyes of your twin flame, you are not just seeing another person, you are seeing yourself. They reflect back to you everything that you've hidden from the world. Every wound, every flaw, every insecurity. For many people, being seen in this way is terrifying. We've spent our lives hiding behind masks, constructing facades to protect ourselves from rejection and judgment. But when you meet your twin flame, there is no hiding. The connection is so pure, so powerful, that all of your walls come crashing down, and that exposure can feel unbearable. For the runner, This exposure feels like losing control. They fear that once their twin flame sees their truth, their insecurities, their wounds, their brokenness, they will be judged or rejected. For the chaser, the fear of being seen is equally intense, but in a different way. The chaser fears that if they are seen too deeply, they will be rejected. They fear that if they open up too much, their twin flame will run away. The power of being seen, a gateway to union. The ultimate truth in the twin flame journey is this: being seen is not a curse. It is a gift. It is a gateway to true, authentic connection. When you allow yourself to be fully seen by your twin flame, you step into the most vulnerable version of yourself. And it is in that vulnerability that true love is born. Being seen means allowing yourself to be raw, open, and vulnerable. It means shedding the layers of protection that you've built up over a lifetime. And while this might feel terrifying at first, it is also the key to unlocking true union. When twin flames can move beyond the fear of exposure and embrace the truth of who they are, they can experience a level of connection that is unparalleled. The silence that once seemed insurmountable begins to break. The words that once got lost start to flow. And in that flow, the soul's true expression is revealed. Thank you for joining me today, beautiful souls. Thank you for opening your heart, for exploring the depths of the twin flame journey with me. Remember, even in the silence, your soul is still speaking. Stay anchored in love, stay rooted in your truth, and remember, you are never alone on this journey. The connection, the love, the recognition, it is all within you. Until next time, remember, you've got this.